Is there a tendency for new signings to bring injuries with them without initially knowing?
The problem at this level is very difficult. When I say scans, what we've been having is ultra scans. So any small, maybe injuries, like a little bit of tissue damage or whatever we can get. We've got a very good man that we use now who's managed to get the scans. He can get MRIs done as well, which are not cheap. He has to go out of his clinic to have them done. So if you look at when you've got a pro club, they will have all their players that will basically be going through medicals and everything like that. Maybe one day when Mr. Holmes and Mr. Shore take it to go forward, we'll be in that position to do that as well. But when you're in non-league, it's very, very difficult to have that facility and that expense that you're going to take a player on, you get a full medical or a good medical, and unfortunately we have to take it as it comes. I mean, last year even with the short back thing, you come in, you say, how do you feel? Yeah, I feel fit, this, like that. Don't get me wrong, I suppose some of them are looking for deals, but you ring round, you speak to previous managers, you try and get hold of a bit of history on them, a bit like buying a car really. You try and do as much fact finding as you can, and then you have to make that decision. And like everybody, sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong, but we haven't got that full-time medical staff that can help us do that. So we're still in non-league, but hopefully one day we may be talking about players that are at the club that will take full-time medical, but not take full medical before you sign them. So you are, not just me, every manager in this league, I should think, other than possibly talking, will be probably doing the same. It's a bit of a, I think this year we've got a little bit of an age difference. Last year, I'll be honest and truthful, and I think I said it in the previous question and answers that we've had. At the time, I'd done an interview tonight on the radio, and they said what's different, how do you feel from the end of this season to last season? I think last season I was very low, and obviously getting beat in the playoff final. And then giving players a chance to go and sort of chat to other clubs, and which I think was a mark of respect to what we achieved here. They all got good deals. They all went at least, only one went lower to the big league for probably 4 times the amount of money. But the rest of them all went into the conference and into the football league. So I mean, that's a sign of respect that we brought in the right good players. The thing is, at the end of the season this year, I was more hungry to get going early doors because I couldn't wait to sort of get rid of some of what we felt probably not gave us what we was hoping they would do when we signed them originally. So people said to me, "Was you disappointed with being knocked out in the semi-final?" I said, "Yeah, of course I was disappointed." I said, "But I'm more hungry now because I feel like I've got a clean slate again." And I got into the market a little bit earlier. At the moment, the market out there is horrendous. Let me tell you, there's players at this level that are demanding and getting a fortune. Yeah, so when to be fair, the clubs back to me and you said budget, but when you compare to what some of these clubs are paying, what I feel steady players, average players, reasonably good players, it's frightening. So I think the ones that we've done this year, nice and early. A good value for money still, because to get ones early, you normally have to pay a bit more premium. The ones who are looking round at the moment for clubs, you can get them for 2 a penny because they're desperate to get them somewhere before the season begins. So it's all about, I suppose now it's a little bit like January sales, you can go and get a bargain. But when I was originally doing business, once the season had finished, which is good for you guys because you want to see the hunger, you want to see new faces coming into the building. And I think there's some good boys here. It's been a shame that we haven't been able to bed down and do what we really wanted to do because of the injury. I've had a lot of trialists in this year, and to be honest and truthful, not any of them are really what I was looking to give a deal to. It sounds bad, but unless one of them jumped out at me or 2 of them jumped out at me or we felt this is a really good option, then to be honest and truthful, I've had to use them as managers because we couldn't start making your own players start playing 70, 80 minutes after game 1 and game 2 and game 3 because all we do is just kill them. So, we'd have been in a worse crisis. So, don't get me wrong, when I've invited trialists here, I've been pretty happy to have a look at them as well, but they had to be something a little bit special. I did take a young lad who's come out here in Chelmsford Reserves and whatever, Chris Gregan, and he, to be honest, was one of the better trialists I felt we had this year. He's a left back, and he's a Chelmsford boy, and we do like to try and bring their boys in if we can, because it is their own. Don't you just all over. It is their own city. So you know, we've that was one positive out of it. As I say, if we'd have had the players fit, I think we could have had a better pre-season. Hence, although people say we've only lost one game to Cambridge, well, you're right. And the second half, we put, I think, Max Porter had to go in the centre half, and the rest of them was trials. But that's where we are. Any other questions?
You signed Swain for the season and Spillane. I mean, they got to be worth 15 goals between here and
I was
there.
going to say 15 grand or so. I was going to say, right, we'll get them out now. You'd like to think so. Obviously, I think we've got the delivery to the players. One of the reasons I signed Swain, obviously, is probably the first time ever he's become probably about what I can afford at England. And he's obviously now getting in he's sort of pretty much in his prime really, and he's 29, so he's been around this level, he's done very well. We know what he is, you know, you either a bit like Marmite, you either love him or hate him, but like most supporters, when you play against him, you don't like him, but once he puts your shirt on, you'll love him, because one thing about him, he's brave, he's honest, he goes out there, and as you say about scoring some goals, I like to think that when he attacks the ball, he goes in there to attack the ball. And I just felt over the years that we haven't had that in both boxes. We need that nasty streak, we need that little bit more about us. And you know, he's 6'6", 6'7", he's a personal trainer, he's ripped, he's a bit like me, ripped to pieces, six-pack and all that. And he's a strong boy, and I think he will only be a good addition to what we've got. It's a shame that we're going to lose him for a few.
Have you actually practiced some corners with the pair of them?
I thought you were talking about you.
Me, Marmite player? I was never a player, mate, I was just fun.
Swain and Spillane, have you actually practiced like some attacking corners with the pair of them to make sure they don't get in each other's way?
Yeah. Believe it or not, we actually practice and we do set pieces all the time, but you probably wouldn't have, thought that. Yeah, it's been difficult. Swain's, Mickey's hardly sort of last 2 and a bit weeks, 3 weeks, hasn't done a lot really, so it's hard to get the partnerships. But what people don't see is what we've done the other night on Tuesday. We went through all about what this club is about, what we expect from players, up on this board behind us and from there. And it's a package about this football club, where we want to go, about the 5-year plan. And that's not talking about behind the scenes, it's talking about us as managers. Well, I've been here 2 years, so you've got me for another 3 years at least, don't you? So we went through it, and when you look at it, if you if I could actually show some of you guys the detail of what goes on behind the scenes, you'd be pretty much flabbergasted, because we're covering every aspect we could possibly try and do. And you know, I sent a copy to Steve Shore and Jill and people like that, and it's really powerful that how we did this presentation for where we want this club to go and how we're going to get it. And that goes down from everything about discipline, including myself. Discipline from, you know, the way that the players get fined for this, for that. You know, we do everything as professional as we can. This year, you know, you guys have been amazing to help us get the GPSs, which, you know, it doesn't go unthanked, I'm sure, because us lot really appreciate everything that you guys do. You know, I don't know how many of you actually in the supporters club and whatever. All the others ain't allowed in, are they? Is that a big queue waiting down the road? So I want to just say thanks for all what you lot do, because I tell you what, it's been, people look at that, we don't buy it because we want to try and be something we're not. It's massively, we can tell exactly how the players are training, we can tell what they're giving us in match games, you know. They're the sort of things, along with all the food that we do overnight. It's just even sending players out to be scanned. You know, there's so much, and honestly, it's a real credit to the boys that I've got around me, the media staff and Nick and all these people, how much preparation has been in that dossier. It's unbelievable. Maybe I may be able to get, you know, Luke a copy, and he may be able to send it down to you guys with emails. I don't know if you do. Just to see the insight of the amount of backroom sort of staff and work that goes on to try and get us maybe 5%, 10% better than what we was last year, and that's what you do. We don't sit on our laurels. We've all working tirelessly hard. I had a week in Marbella, and I probably had half a week on the phone. That's what we do. So, you know, we are doing everything we can, along with our new owners, to try and push this club and make it as successful as we can. And don't get me wrong, you know, we've lost out in 2 playoffs, and you know, we can't lose out in the 3rd, but we've got to make sure if we do lose out in the 3rd, at least we've been in it to lose it. So it's going to be a tough league this year. Playoffs is going to be tough for all them teams in there this year. I think we're going to find, without saying it, when I won the league in Braintree, I felt that year was a very, very tough league, very tough. When I look back at all the teams, there's about 8 of them now riding high in the conference. You had Steve King at Farmer spending a fortune, Liam Dash down at Ebbsfleet, you know, with a good budget, and obviously the little club up the road ended up getting a promotion. I think since then, we've had a couple of few seasons that I think it's been not bad, it's been quite strong. Last year, all women, cover your ears up because it was, what? The league for me last year was the lowest that I've seen it for a long, long time. It was just the pitches, the way we went, and all of a sudden in one season, it's now just absolutely turned on its head. This year, this season, this league is going to be very, very exciting. I think the crowd should be better. I think you see a better standard of football. You know, obviously our neighbours up the road, we lose the ones up there and we get the ones around there. They're going to, you know, Boxing Day, Christmas Day, whatever the derbies, I think you're going to see a real game. It's going to be a real good season. And then you've got, you know, Kingy's now in at Welling and new management at Dartford. You know, you've got Torquay that's come in and give it a real flavour. I think it's exciting. I think it's exciting. And as I say, I think, you know, it's going to be a league where I think everybody, people are saying, even people in the league above, we just speak to on quite a regular basis, I'm saying that's not going to be far short about it. And I think they're right. I think it's going to be an humdinger. Yeah, I'd rather that. I'll be honest, last year, it's hard. You know, I'm not saying all them teams are now gone out of our league, but if I mention 3 or 4, if I mention 3 teams here, possibly East Thurrock, Hungerford, Concord, and changed it around to spend a bit of money, but you're going to find that maybe a Gloucester City, you know, unless they've really done their own work this year and invested, you know, you've got to fancy them want to be in the 9th section. All places that, you know, the level of their football ground is not really the level that we're playing. So I think you're going to find where we had a lot of that last year, you ain't going to find as much of that because there's going to be some real good venues. And I hope on Saturday, I know the holidays will affect it, but I'm hoping to see this place ramo. And I think this is what we've got to start doing. And I think when Steve and John and that get there, obviously they're sorting out many problems at the minute, but I think once we actually get really into that media, we've got to start knocking on doors, we've got to start getting people in this building. Because, you know, we're going to go, and this is not a criticism, but we're going to got 2,600 in the Ricky game the other night playing West Ham. No. Yeah. You know, we've got to start doing that. We've got to start, we say that this is a city, we've got to start advertising it as a city, getting people in this football club. Because this club, with the extra revenue, can take you to where you want to be. But it's going to take time, it's going to be the marketing, it's going to be getting that out there, and it's happening in the schools, and I'm sure it's maybe, you know, what Steve and the other crew are trying to do. But that's what we need. We've got to really generate this city, because they're only up the road, and I think Billericay's still a town. Big town, small town? Village. It's a village. So a village is smaller than a town. But at the moment, if you look at what they're accumulating as a fan base over there, it's quite powerful. Even like the likes of when the World Cup was on, I looked at this and I don't know what sort of man people had in here, but let's be honest, their bar was rammed and it's probably had 60 people. It's got to be the other way around. And I'm sure that these guys will do their utmost to swing it back in our favour, because they will never be bigger than your football club. Because they can't, because they're never going to be the size of Chelsea. So it's just now we've just got to make sure, not that there are any noisy neighbours on the pitch, but we've got to make sure that, you know, we can't let be noisy neighbours as taking what you've had for many, many years, being probably outside the Football League, the biggest club in Essex, for sure. And as I say, you know, with a promotion that will underline that. And this is what this club needs. This club needs a taste of success and pushing on. And hopefully I'm the guy to do it for you. And we're working very hard to try and achieve that.
Not only Rod Stringer, but you've also got our chairman and our new general manager, Sharon. We'll open to the floor for questions.
Yeah, apologies to everyone who didn't like wasn't working, and we've run out the count thing, so hopefully.
Right, so I'll kick things off with a obvious question.
Yes, yeah.
What is the latest? And when do you expect to see
You've only done you. So, the reality is, we met with the National League last Friday. They asked us a few questions. We've got to submit some more documents to them. We're trying to progress as quickly as we can, to be honest. As I say, there's a number of things we have to fulfil, and you know, we'd like to do it as soon as we can. We're down to now to the FA and to the National League and getting their approval. Obviously, we're very reliant upon the continued support of the major creditors and the ex-chairman, and we're very grateful for the support that they continue to give us to move this forward. But you know, I hope you've seen from what we've done over the last 12 months that we haven't just come and gone. We're still here. We're still trying. And you know, we've helped Rob put together a good squad, I think, for this year. I'm personally really excited by the team. I think there's some real quality players there. And I think what we've done by, you know, giving Rob the confidence going into this year is he's been able to mix his team. And I mean, this is just saying that, you know, he was a challenge last year. A lot of older players, ex-league, and probably not the diversity. And the core, you know, pulling the team together that he really wanted. But being around this group this year, I think they're a really nice group. I think you can hear by the coming on from there, it's very much together, and I think it's going to be a great season. You know, and let's be clear, it'll be very simple. The one thing I keep telling Rod, and you may not thank me for this, is any pressure that he and Nick put on themselves to win is pressure they're putting on themselves. As I've said to you all the way through this whole process, we have to build on a strong foundation. You know, we're not there, it's not you get it done or you're out. It's confidence and building over time. I mean, that's what we need to do. So, you know, we're backing these guys. We want, you know, I think we've got a great team for this season, and hopefully the takeover will happen as soon as we can. So, apologies, there's nothing more advanced than that.
But we are still going forward.
Oh God, yeah.
Right, I think that's right. A two-part question. What's the state of play with pitch, obviously, pitch maintenance personnel?
Yes, we have.
And going on from there, when do we expect a new stadium?
Okay, so pitch first. Okay, look.
Geezer just thrown a lovely business out.
Did he?
It was that far, I didn't know a goal man. I think we've got a new Olympic
Is the hammer guy out there today?
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him, no. Yeah. But if I do, I'll probably interview him.
Well, the pitch is what it is. To be honest, we've brought in Andy and the guys down from the race course and Jamie, and we've got in some outside help as well. We bought some new irrigation equipment you've seen out there, which is putting a decent amount of water on it. Obviously, the storms last weekend were very helpful. We've seeded it, we've put some fertiliser on it. We're constantly, you know, we are repairing it though. You walk over there today, we look from here, I get right, and I thought, blimey, that looks fantastic.
Beautiful.
You get out there and you see, oh, what's that there? Oh, that's where the hammer landed, and we've had to fill it with sand and a bit of, you know, and we put some seed down, you know, and we're going to have to keep preparing you for a bit. Now,
Well, there was a team of what, 5 guys in the week in that one area with barrows of soil and sand and seed, and they were brushing it in all to the in-depth parts.
We got a lot of team. We got a big team. So we're doing what we can. We've got to talk to athletics. It really is just ridiculous, the situation. We're picking it up directly with the council. I mean, why they need to practice the field sports on there, why they can't practice on that field out there, I do not know. And
the next go.
yeah, the next go down tomorrow.
Go down tomorrow, and then they're going to stop them. I had a meeting with them today, and I spoke to them.
Okay. Did everybody hear that?
No.
Okay.
Steve, it was agreed with the council. It was agreed with the council when that was built, because we had a real problem here and real blast up in the council. They built that over there. The only event where the hammer should be used there is the East of England Championships.
Which was the one on the weekend.
That is the only event that the hammer should be used. Discus and everything should be used over there. So if they use them there, you need to go back to that agreement we have with the council and say they should not be doing it.
Okay.
Only the javelin should come from there.
Okay.
What about the discus?
No, the discus shouldn't be there.
That should be there. Only on
I
events.
can't understand
not
why they built
practice.
that over there just as...
Well, they built over there because we went absolutely ballistic.
Yeah, but they don't go over there.
Well, they should. That's the whole point. It's
We
they're
need to-
lazy. I mean, that's the simple reason.
They
They
have
should be
said the next
taking
coming
practice sticks,
tomorrow,
discus
so they won't
over
be
there.
Yeah. So, John's saying, spoken to them, that's coming down tomorrow, so there'll be no more hammer discus over here. We'll now have a bit of javelin.
But
That's not the real. When we get the new stadium, it won't matter, will it? So, of course, we want to build a new stadium. You know, and we do. And let's be clear, we don't want to move really from here. You know, that would not be our thing. So, we've got all sorts of options. You know, yeah. I mean, we could either stay here and move athletics. You know, we can't cohabit.
Bulgaria.
Yeah. Or we go and build something new over there. You know, I mean, either of those kind of options are things that we do want to progress. You know, if anybody's got £3 million they want to lend us to kind of build it, then you know, come and talk to us. Because that's how much. I mean, I've been and seen. You know, I went up early last year with Nick, took us up to Salford. So I've seen their setup there. They've spent just over £3 million on theirs. You know, lovely, all enclosed, so round and corners. Lovely setup.
Right, just going back to the pitch.
Yes.
Obviously, you bought your own personal from the race course.
Yep.
Is that the problem with, was it Elite Sports, the previous guys, Adrian and Nessa, was that purely because your own staff would be cheaper? There was a problem with Elite, or just there was a bit of a background to that, parting of ways?
I think we had a disagreement and therefore decided that it wasn't going to work going forwards. Fine, thank you.
Well said.
I've got a couple of other questions yet first.
No, all right.
Right, you're off the hook for a minute.
All right, okay. Go on.
No, you can still go. Oh no, actually I've got one other question for you, which
I might have to speak because nobody can't hear, Sharon.
either of you can answer. Obviously you've come on as general manager, and I'm guessing we'll, with Jill Turner, we'll be looking at commercial parts of the club. The previous commercial man, Mr. Hooker. Now, I understand he's in the employ of Braintree Town. Was that by mutual consent, or do we just have any more details on that? Or is that no comment?
I think from the time I came in and gave Nick the courtesy for him to decide what it was he wanted to do going forward. As a club, we're very, very grateful for what he's done. You know, he's gone out and he's attracted sponsorship and he's brought it here. However, going forward, we couldn't agree on terms that he would be happy with. So that's why he made the decision to depart on his own basis, and that's, as they've said, he's now at another club doing the same thing. So as they were grateful for what he did, and whilst now he has gone, I'm going to pick that baton up as part of my role, and try and engage with the ones that are already supporting the club and continue to build that relationship with those. But also, like Rod has said, he's got aspirations for promotion. If you do that, as you know, of any club, if you're not in a position financially to sustain yourself whilst you're there, it doesn't last very long and your bubbles very, very quickly. So I I've got the task of really waking up the town. You know, I've always looked at Chelmsford Football Club. I've known it before I've made the decision to come and work here, and I've always looked at this club here as a big sleeping giant. You know, we're not a town, it is a city, and for whatever reason, I don't believe that there's been enough engagement with the business community. So that's one of the things I'm going to address quite quickly, and actually I have been already.
Is that also, jumping on that theme, obviously we've seen that the team will be eating downstairs this coming season. The idea behind that is obviously
they make less
the fans will maybe have more rapport, providing they're doing well, but also that gives you more opportunity for corporate entertainment upstairs.
I think, look, in any football club you go into, people like yourself, the supporters, the volunteers, you know, you're so valuable to any club. However, the club's still not going to move forward unless we've got bigger investment. Upstairs, in that sort of environment, getting some of the corporates to come along, they're the people that we will build a relationship with and hopefully find somewhere a little jewel that's prepared to invest a bit more money in the club. So that gives me a great opportunity to network with some of those people. So, you know, we're not chucking them out, we're just using that environment to grow the relationships with the business community.
Well, so there's plenty of other teams in our league where we've seen that happen in the players.
And to be honest, I think we were fairly unique in the place where they didn't. So I think it also brings the fans, you guys, closer to the players. And you know, I think we're all grown up enough. You know, if we have a bad day, if had a, you know, people start having a go, we won't, you know, then we'll move it. You know, because it's not fair.
With regards to that, I've actually seen that in the past. Now, when you started down here, I thought, big mistake. But I'll stand back and we'll see what happens. But I will say, if something goes pear-shaped, there will be one or two idiots who will go in there. They'll get you out, they'll get some, I'm sure you'll get them back out.
Yeah, we will. Yeah.
Some
Chuck them out,
clubs
one or the
that
other.
you go to, they don't have the luxury of another room, so that is the only option.
No, it's a good luck, but I have seen that, and that was one of my concerns.
Yeah, we would just say on that, you know, listen, you pay your money to come in and watch the game, and we have a level of performances that we have to sort of adhere to. So for us, you know, if we've had a bad day at the office, then I expect people to be frustrated and people to be disappointed. No more than I feel inside myself. But if people want to come over and constructively talk to the players and talk to myself, talk to Nick, I think we're a very friendly bunch. All my boys around me are a very friendly bunch.
Sometimes we have a little gap.
There's a difference between being constructive and giving an honest opinion to coming over and calling one of my players a Mr. Volpe. You know, that won't be tolerated, and they won't be welcome to come and discuss with the players anymore, because, you know, how can you support us 1 minute and then want to call us and whatever the next minute? To me, it is what it is, and I take your point, and we're quite aware of that. I think more so that the referee's not being down here is probably probably the referee's not being down here. Because obviously if they've had a bad game, you know, they're going to feel a little bit intimidated by yourselves and probably by me. So the best I'll come away.
Don't we get any yellow red cards this season? Right?
No, not intentionally. But if you put yellow and red together, it's become pink.
No, orange, mate.
Oh, was it orange? You can tell I was good at school. I don't intend on getting any of them cards. No, only for a year or two. I don't intend on getting any of them cards, but it is what it is. I went to the managers' meeting the other day, and you know, I think you're going to find them now that because the referees have now got that power, they're going to start using that yellow card because it's, you know, the little bit of power that they've got. I'm sure there'll be a few managers that say their opinion, voice their opinion, and then come over and go, "Hey, one of them." Just whether you stop it there, isn't it? That's what it is.
Heavyweights at the end of last season. I mean, the guy played the penalty decision wrong. I was there behind him, got the ball. Why shouldn't you go ballistic? And that's the point I'm making. When you come down here and have a meal afterwards,
sure.
You need that fight.
Listen, I'm pleased you was in that situation, that part of the ground, because it was genuinely one of the worst mistakes you've ever seen at this level. However, I could understand the referee's made a mistake because where he wasn't in the best position to get. The linesman had done me because he wouldn't even go and talk to the linesman and he wouldn't even go and have a conversation. And if he is, that could have been a massive decision that he would have had to relook at and possibly got the linesman, well, you've seen it front on, I've seen it back on, I'm going to have to take your advice and not give the penalty. I actually thought Mark Haynes done exceptionally well in that situation to get his man himself between the ball and the man and just roll it back to the goalkeeper. If anything, the goalkeeper picks it up, which to me, it should have been, I thought it was going to be a free kick.
It should have kept that. I was talking to the linesman anyway.
You mentioned about a time delay there. The good thing is that obviously after the game, people will be discussing it, and if we haven't had a good performance, you've still got that time period when the guys are getting showered, dressed, etc. before they come out. It won't be as long as last season because we haven't got Chris Dixon, because he notoriously used to take about an hour and a half, I think, and so...
he thought he got more money if he stayed in the changing room like a
well, he wouldn't have been offside anyway, so moving on. Right. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
A couple of things on the communication front. I mean, the Essex Chronicle comes out. We have all the wonderful words from Rod every week in there.
Yeah.
Why can't we have a box down there saying when the next game is? You know, they're getting a free load of information. But there's nothing, you've got to read through all that stuff.
Yeah.
Find out Johnson playing at home.
I do think it is one of the things we have to address. We've not really engaged very
charge
well.
for that, it's not editorial.
We'll find a way of it being editorial. To be honest, so part of my other day job, I do a lot of work with the Eastern Daily Press in Norwich. And to be honest, newspapers today are just looking for print. They're looking for stories. They're looking for things to write. And you know, if we start managing that effectively and getting stuff out there, we'll be saying, look, here's our next home game. We'll fill it in. So I know it's on my to-do list is to talk to the editor of the Chronicle.
Just one last question. I brought grandson there into the charge. And he said, who's that play number 7? I ain't got a clue.
Yeah, I have to say, I know.
The guy on the panel reads them all out. I can't write them down quick enough. You know, you need these players to come in, you want to know who they are.
Yeah, it's some of it, Rob can answer, it can be kind of tricky, can't it? Because sometimes we've got people who are on trial. You see,
I'm not talking about trials, I'm talking about our own players, you know?
Well, if it was which was the game, yeah. Well,
I don't know.
People would change the shirts. So one game, I don't know if it was one game, we had 2 number 11s and 2 number 4s on the pitch. So, you know, there was a bit of shirt swapping in
You
the
don't
piece.
do, obviously, as you say, you understand the trialist, but you don't do that. You try and keep your little bit in-house and, you know, especially this day and age, people have got international clearances that maybe we haven't asked a question we don't know about, and you can actually get done for that as well.
We have tried to simplify a bit this season. We're trying to do squad numbers, but they'll only let us go up to number 20. So hopefully you'll see the same person in the same number most weeks going for this season. We're not allowed to put the name on the back. So that's a lead rule.
Put it inside on the back, but not down.
Yeah. We have to put it on the inside.
Is that together with the L and the R on the boots? Yeah.
Yeah, but I spoke to Steve Bennett, he raised about £1 a letter, so we did probably.
Just going on, obviously, if you go by a programme, there is a list of the players on the back of the programme. There is also a team sheet put out on the corner of the clubhouse here, and there are often copies of that available. So you should be able to tie up a name with a number once we get into the league season.
That list goes, I'm not argue, but I certainly go and look at that list, and I do feel a bit of a second-class citizen writing them down. You know.
You should have team sheets you should be able to come somewhere and ask for a team sheet. On the match day, if I go to a game and watch a player or whatever, I will always go and find a team sheet. So we should be printing off, like on Saturday, there should be team sheets because people do want to come in and then they should know where to come. And they should be able to go where it's to the little hut there that sells the programme and they go up and say, you know, can you give us a team sheet? Although the names are on the back of the programme, you might think you're going to lose out on that sale. You're not, because there's a lot more in the programme to read than what's on the team sheet. So some people genuinely just, no doubt you get scouts here that want to have a little sift through and whatever, but that's good.
Gentleman at the back.
Yeah, going back to the relationship with the council, it was mentioned the other day that there's a need for an exercise bike for players to use. I don't know if that's before or during for warm-ups. why can't we use the gym upstairs in the other side? That's the council.
What the exercise bike is for is because before games and things like that, players want rotation around the groins and things like that. So we just needed a bike that we can just put inside the change room or just outside the change room, and you'll see people just warming up areas. So by the time we go over there and do that and then come back over here, it's like we're ready to kick off.
Yeah.
So for someone to go and get a quick 5-minute blast on a bike and just get them going a little bit, get their muscles going in their legs, that's what it's for. It's just a part of a warm-up situation pre the game. So
we have been offered a bike.
which I hope get another Andrew, we do go to Paris on it. Listen, any donations like that are wonderful. What we've said, I think you mentioned, Alan said about, someone mentioned about a cross trainer as well. You know, if we do get a bit of that, it's nice to have it on site. It's, you know, especially in the winter months when you've got to walk over there and whatever. Maybe if we can bring 1 or 2 bits of equipment in, it's quite handy. But you know, we understand it's storing them. And there's things like that. So, but they're not really for the players to go over and get 20 minutes on like the bikes over there, build up their cardio and sweat. It's more for a quick warm up and get your rotation in your legs. It's basically all it's for.
Yes, David. Yeah. Have we settled up the arrears with the council yet? And agreed something going forward?
Yes, everything with the council is agreed. So we made payments to them as required, and which meant we got a new lease, got a 99-year lease now. So everything is tied up with the council, and they're definitely on board.
And the arrears?
Arrears sorted, yes.
One last.
Yes.
We've got to go forward on strong foundation.
Yes.
How would we not describe those foundations?
I think we've got to. I think we need to build our fan base. You know, having 900 people is good for our league. It's very strong, but you know, having another 5, 6, thousand, 500 or 600 or 1,000 coming through the door would be really helpful.
Optimistic.
Yeah. We had 2,000 odd, I think.
I think you said 5,000-6,000.
No, 500-600.
Yeah.
I've got a degree in maths. I'm an accountant at the moment. But I think we need to grow our we need some stability, so we need to have got us into a good financial position. I think we've got this year to really get that settled. I think we need to have an academy to start bringing talent through. I think we need to have some, we've got, I love the continuity we've got in the team this year. I think you start to build some strength. We've got a good, strong management team. I think we've got a lot of it there. We haven't completed the takeover yet. That's not a strong foundation. We wanted to launch the academy, but it wasn't right. I mean, I hope people respect the decision that we didn't want to go forward with something that wasn't right, and so we said no, we'll not do it. We'll build something next year. So I think it's all the bits working. We've got Sharon on board now as an experienced football club general manager, to try and drive some of the experience here. We've got this facility, which blimey, go to a lot of the other setups in this league is outstanding. And we need to leverage that, but we've got to have good financials, and we've got to get rid of some of the debt, which we're taking responsibility for. So
there's one problem as I see it, and it's what Rod said about getting the fans in. This isn't a football ground. A lot of fans go to grounds because of atmosphere, not just for football. And our support at home, for a reason I can't explain, is never as good as what we've got when we're away. So until we solve the football ground, how are we going to build families?
But he said, well, why do you think that is? So why have we got such a great story when we go away, but when we're here, we don't?
Because we play in an athletic stadium.
You still get close to the pitch behind the goals.
There is that. We need drums. I want drums.
Not allowed.
What do you think about that?
Just on that note there, yeah, listen, it's not an ideal situation. I do understand what you're saying, but it's a situation that we're in at the moment. We have to accept that. Me as a manager, do I like being a manager of a club which has got an athletics ground? No, I don't. But hopefully things will get better in the future. And if I hated it that much, I wouldn't be sitting here. So as far as I'm concerned, it is what it is. You can make more of an atmosphere by getting more people in. Would you rather have a football ground like Concord and still have 205 people in there, or would you rather have what we got here and have 1,000 people in there? Well, I'd rather have 1,000 people than what we got. So for me, you know, it's not just about if you ain't got a football ground, you ain't got a fan base. To me, this has got a lot of room of improvement. And I think maybe in the longer term, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, but I'm sure Steve and John's goal is to try and somehow get a relocation, give you your own football ground, or have a deal and let them guys over there go and have a relocation. And I think then you've got a totally, completely different situation on your hands. And I think this is a perfect place to have a football club. They probably think it's a perfect place to have an athletics club. But I don't think the two go together, because I've got to be honest, most of our problems at the moment are them people across the road when it comes down to using the pitch facility. As I say, and when I speak to Steve, we have these conversations, there's three things at a football club, you know, and obviously you've got your supporters, you've got your players, and you've got your pitch. And they're the most important things that we need, and I do think we need to improve on our fans. I do think the players that we've got are good enough for this level. We'll do you proud this year, and hopefully the pitch is going to obviously catch up to speed as the next 2 or 3 weeks go on. So I would never use it as an excuse because we're at an athletics place. We haven't got enough support. I also know that you supporters can be quite fickle, and when we're doing well, you're behind us and noisy, and when we ain't doing well, you wouldn't even know how many's in the ground because it's very quiet. But I get that, you know, that's what it is. We have to be the ones that make the atmosphere, and if we're playing well, you know, whether we're in an athletics ground or a football ground, you will get excited and want to make a noise and cheer us up. So a lot of that does boil down to us as well.
You'd like to continue to do like the schools in the community and try and get as many of the schools along to the games, because I think obviously they're your future supporters. And I think that if we can go along and go to schools, I've done it previously at other clubs where we've gone along, and sometimes, you know, invited a couple hundred children to come along. Well, those kids will come along and they'll bring their parents, and we get them in and we tell them, like, you know, you come along, it's a day, which is a free day. The club hasn't just any money because they wouldn't come anyway. It's the secondary spend that we get, and it's the, like I said, I think it's that sort of thing that creates the atmosphere, is engaging with those kids. And I'd like to work with Rod. I'd like to work with Rod and with the players of doing something where we can go and do some school visits.
I think every year we should do hospitals. We should do that. You know, I see it, and to me, you know, for what it takes for the players to give that little bit of time back to go and spend, you know, an afternoon at an hospital. I don't know what is your main hospital. What could it be? For us to go and do that, I'd always be prepared to go out and, you know, go along with yourself and go to school and do whatever. You know, if every child has a parent, and you know, we've got to get in touch with them people. We've got to, you know, we've got to make the young people of Chelmsford City realise that there's a football club, and you know, the parents will back what the kids want, and at the end of the day, if you can tap into them, the chances are you're going to get.
It's a new people in Chelmsford. I mean, there's a lot of people I know in here that have done the moulding thing, they've done the Billericay thing, and there was lots of people that went away from that. And when we come back here, all those guys that never went to Moulding and Billericay, yeah, we'll go back and we'll watch it. And then the next thing they say, you know, the football's absolutely crap, so I ain't coming anymore. So 300 people probably kept this club going for the last 10 or so many years.
Hopefully that hasn't been the case over the last 2 years.
No, certainly not over the last 2 years. The thing is to me, and I've been born and bred around it, the tapping now is the new Chelmsford all around the outside.
Oh, listen, it's getting bigger and bigger, and you probably don't realise. I don't come from Chelmsford, but you probably don't realise how big this place is now. You know, it's massive, and that's a little bit that's frustrating because them up the road, and look, it does. To me, I think we can have the media side of it has got to be like, you know, we put on a few bits, and listen, I'll speak to Steve and John and all that. They are really, and the likes of Matt, you know, we need to be driving that. They're really powerful on that, and you know, I know not I'm saying everybody in here, if I probably said, if you put your hands up, how many do social media in here? Just give us a quick hand. See? There's still not many. There was actually 21 I counted. So, what I'm saying is...
That's a minority, 74% of the population do social media now. Let you know.
Whilst we're on this situation, sorry mate, can I just get this one out, because this is really going to blow your head off, really. And I know I'm probably going to have to go out and train after the response I get from these guys on this one. I'm a brave man bringing this to the table. Me personally, I want this club to be a thriving atmosphere. And to be fair, and I say this, when I first come to the club, we had people like Mick Holt here, that made it quite a vibrant place. You walked in, it had a little bit of a carnival type of atmosphere when I first got here, and that's what I think you want, you know, lovely. It was like people standing outside having a drink, the burger stall going, a bit of music's going. You've got to try and build that. I've only been to Billericay once since I've been there, and obviously you'll be able to tell me a bit different. We used to walk in there, the music was blaring, maybe we can't do that because we've got houses, but they've got houses, so I don't know what's different. Music was blaring, you go in there, there's a real atmosphere. Yeah, one time I went there. And I think when you look at the changes, the way that they've done it over there, we really need to start buying into trying to get this atmosphere. So I come into the game, I go in, I do my team talk, I do whatever. And then I walk out, literally 5 to 3. Who is the music man in here? Is he in here tonight? It's you, the old mate, is it? Hello, sir. I spoke to him the other day, but I don't know everybody who they are, you understand that. So anyway, so I'm talking to this gentleman here, we had a very good phone call. I think I'd like to improve that music. And I'm not saying something where we can't understand and it's got to be a rapper and it's got to be this and it's got to be that. But I do feel that you want that explosive atmosphere, and I know obviously David Selby's probably one that doesn't like this conversation. That's life. Yeah? But I do feel, and I know for some of you sort of older generation, it's in here, isn't it? It's lodged in there. But I don't feel it an inspiration of when these players come out. I don't think it makes your hair stand up. I don't think it gives you that real drive and passion that I would want to see from my players. You know, someone playing a trumpet. It's not. Listen, there's nothing wrong with it. I know David probably can't stand it for saying. Hold on, David, before you went, David.
It's done us well for 65 years.
Well, exactly, 65 years, David. But do we want it for another 65 years? Because then we'll all be 130.
I think they're in that nutshell, we have the problem we have in this club. It's too old fashioned.
I can hear it, it goes saying and I'm going, my players, come on! Come on!
Okay, so what's your alternative suggestion?
I would like to put that to use. I would like to put that to the floor.
We're sticking what we've got. You've got to come up with
I know for a fact that Ben has been talking about this, and one of the proposals that we will put to you is that maybe the waltzing bugle boy will be played at half-time when the team comes out, so we keep with the tradition. But I think Ben is talking about offering you a choice of music for when the team come out to start the game. Is that right, Ben?
Yeah, listen, this is just one of my sort of things. I don't look, at the end of the day, this is your football club, and it has been around since God was a boy. David's already said that. But what I do try to say is, you know, yes, I know you're the supporters club, but we do have younger generation coming into the ground as well, which we're already talking about. Can we, can you lean back down? I'm sorry, darling. Which we're already talking about. Can we, you know, bring the generation in here and all that and the excitement and whatever, and then they get and then they get what? So for me, it's got to go along with the times. You look at players' boots now, you look at the game, you look how quick the game is, you look at counter-attack, you're looking at everything towards the game, and what went on in 30, 40 years ago in life is very different to what goes on now. And to keep them old type things in that era, in this today's day, you know, age is to me not compatible. It's not.
Well, let the players choose the music.
I had something like Phil Collins in the air at night. You know when you get the drums, you know, or Tina Turner, Simply the Best, or whatever it is. Yeah? But what I'm saying is, just something when you come out and you get that, you get a little bit of that adrenaline inside. You're thinking, come on, boys, and I'm going, come on, don't let me down. Do your jobs. Do your jobs. And
right, a lot of it is exactly what John said, it's the volume. The problem is, over there, you've got a duty manager that has a little pointer on there and says, this is the level you have it on events. But when they have an athletic event with about 30 people sitting in the stadium, it's a lot different than 700, 800 people around here. I've argued many times with them. When I was chairman, I used to phone up and say, switch that bloody volume up.
Is that over there?
Yeah, over there. Over there.
So that needs
to be... Get in touch with the duty manager and say, switch the volume up.
So if we get the right music and we get the volume, hey!
One more question. Right, just...
Well, where are we going on that? Where are we going on that?
Having said that, I know we'll make them welcome on Saturday, but do you think Torquay will have a shock when they come here?
I hope so. I have a shock when I go home.
Right, so just going back, people moaning about the running track at this stadium, those of you who went to Gateshead, it made this place look cosy. However, we're talking about building the fan base.
Where's the music on?
Hold on a minute. Hold on. We're talking about building the fan base. Can I ask thoughts behind admission price increase? We're doing it.
Oh, are we all right, David? We're in, yeah?
Would anyone object to trying new music?
That's fine.
Two.
Right.
What you want new music?
Yeah.
No, that's what we're saying. No.
Anyone object to new music?
Who wants to stick with the music from last year and...
Right.
1, 2, 3. How many would like to change the music and get this place rocking?
Why don't we change the colour of the shirts as well?
No,
Why do we play claret and white?
No, we've been wearing claret since 1921.
So why don't we change it?
We used the boys back in town when we first got back here. We soon went back to the Walton Bugle, boy.
I won't have a clue what you just said there, Dave.
We changed it.
Hoops, I remember them.
Historian. You talk to a historian there, Rob.
We don't want to change Chelmsford for anything other than what I feel is going forward in life.
Encouraging
You've got to go with the times. You've got to go with the times. And it might mean nothing to some people, but...
Right, hold on.
No, I ain't finished. I think we do need to get this place rocking. And, you know, maybe when we've won a game at the end of it, we have a different record on coming off. You know, we are the champions, whatever. Well, that'd be at the end of the season, but what I'm saying is, you know, so we win again or whatever. You know, something different.
The atmosphere when you go to a football club, and I do think, particularly when you're bringing like the youngsters in, and it's their first experience, they need to go away and feel wowed by it. One thing when you're talking about social media and the importance of social media, love him or hate him, when I was at a previous club, you could argue the guy's a marketing genius, because if you look, one of the first things I looked at when I went there was how people were communicating with us and how many people were following us on our social media site. And whilst I was there, we were getting 8.4 million hits on our website, which is more than Chelsea get. And that's from having a great guy that feeds out constantly good marketing material through social media. Well, whatever it is, good or I'm not talking about him, I'm on about Rob that works there. Rob works very, very well to try and cover up a lot of the stuff.
Is he full time?
He does an awful lot, I say, that makes people engage.
think it's the way forward. You've got to go with these things. And listen, I'm not a computer man. I do, yeah, obviously, you know, I'm not a Facebook man. I'm not this, I'm not that. I look at a bit of Twitter because there's a lot of football-related stuff on there. But I do think, as we're saying, you know, yes, we all want this club, and you've got wonderful memories in this club of probably Ripple Street when your dad brought you here many years ago. I get all of that, but you know, it is. We've all got to sort of understand that you're now bringing through all your grandchildren, and you're bringing through, you know, the youngsters of today that want to remember this club as you did. But you know, they remember the music maybe being something different. It's to me. You just got to move forward in life, and unfortunately, if you didn't, then the place would be boring. Go on, have a chat. Finished?
The thing is, if we choose the music, it will still be 40 years behind.
Sorry?
If we choose the music, it will still be 40 years behind the time.
Well, I mean, I'm 50 years old, I ain't a spring chicken, but at the end of the day, I think there's an happy medium somewhere. You know, I don't, if you asked for me and said to me, we want Dizzy Rascal or someone like that, I'd say totally no. You know, and even the kids might think that's really, really good, but it's not. What I think you've got to find an happy medium that, you know, the younger lot and the older lot can relate to. And that's, to me, that's just moving forward.
Right, moving on.
When do we change it then?
Admission prices.
I know that obviously there are going to be people that are not happy that on the gate that the prices have gone up. It's no secret that the football club has been losing money, and to sustain ourselves we have to look at everything. Now we've not wanted that to impact on you guys, so if you go online, you can still buy your season tickets at the same price as you've been buying them for the last 6 years. My understanding is they haven't gone up over that period of time. So in actual fact, it's not really going to impact on you. Probably, if anything, the biggest impact will be on perhaps away supporters who don't take the opportunity of buying them. We have informed them that they've got an opportunity to buy them and get them discounted. If they choose not to, we benefit.
Yes, George.
I think the concern is that we have like our core support, probably 500-600, but it's the floating supporters at the side on the morning of the day that they want to turn up, but when they'd usually pay the 13, but it might, I'm a bit concerned, it might put them off paying, even though it's an extra, it sounds like it's only £2. For this level of football, it does, that's where we need to actually...
Personally myself, I don't think it's out of sync for this level of football. I've worked at clubs where they are sort of charging around this price. And what you've got to remember also is if we give people an opportunity to buy a season ticket, an absolutely fantastic price, you know, so they've had the opportunity to do that, and they have an opportunity to buy them online.
But not everyone wants a season ticket though. Some people just casually want to go to 5 or 6 games a season, or they'll jump on the bandwagon if you're doing well.
I think a season ticket was about £6 something to work out the game, so even if you only came to a small percentage of those, you'd still probably be paying less than if you paid on the day or bought it, you know, online beforehand.
Yeah, I kind of get your challenge, you know, but as Sharon rightly points out, you know, we need to make money, so it is a cost benefit. I mean, effectively, we may end up losing half a dozen people because they're prepared to pay £15, but hopefully for those half a dozen who would have come and spent £13, what's that, 78 quid, you know, hopefully we've got 40 people who come and pay the extra, 40 away fans that have to pay an extra 2 quid. So subsidise those people.
I had a chat with Luke on this early doors when it first come out, and I said to Luke, let's be honest, and no money's tight for everyone and whatever, but if you actually looked at that and say you've got 20 home games a day, call it 20 home games, you know, you're talking about it's another 40 quid for the season. I mean, if that's really, that's no doubt, if people are really that sort of, you know, struggling for money that much, then no doubt they may come and talk to people, and they might try and see if they can help them do this season ticket through the, might give them more incentive to get someone to go online and do what they've got to do. I don't know, but it does seem 40 quid over the season is probably not as, I think we've got a lot more other things to worry about than than where we're going to be with it. But hopefully I'm going to give them that extra £2 worth of fun.
Is there a credit card charge?
Sharp.
I think so.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming.